Here we are in our Cowboy Runner project, and here I'm going to create a new folder by right-clicking and creating a new folder which I'm going to name Scenes, and here we are going to save our current scene and name it Gameplay. In order to save the scene, hold Command and press S on Mac, and on Windows hold Control and press S, and then you will open this dialog window, rename the scene and save it. You can also go here under File and click on Save Scene, and then you will save that scene. Now we are going to import our assets. So here I have all of my assets. So we have our sprites, our sounds, and our font. I'm simply going to drag and drop all three of these folders here in our Unity editor, and Unity is going to import all of these four folders for us. Now we are not going to touch our font or our sound at the moment, but we are going to go here in our sprites and let us quickly configure our sprites. So here we have our background and our ground. And here in this bottom right corner, we see the width and the height of our background and also of our ground. And we see that it's 512 by 512. So what we are going to do here is we are going to select both of them, and let me just turn them off. So let me just turn them off and both of them selected here. I'm going to uncheck this generate mip maps because this is mostly for 3D and we don't need it. And I'm going to click on override for standalone, or we can also go here and override for Android, but if we override it for standalone, it will be applied for each of these. So to each of these, or we can go here, for the default. If we override them in the default, it will be applied to each of these. So for web, standalone, iPhone, Android, so on and so forth. So I'm going to go here in our default, and here we have our max sizes. We see here, or we saw previously, and let me just hit apply to make those changes. We saw previously that the width and the height of our background, the same way as for our ground, is 512 by 512 for the width and the height. And we see that we have the max size here, 512. So that's the size that we're going to choose. And usually you will choose that same size if the size is the same. Or for example, if we have here, I don't know, let's say 450, again, we will choose 512 because that's the closer number to our number. You will not choose the lower one, because if you choose the lower one, then your backgrounds or your sprites are going to have a lower resolution in your game. Now, anyway, let me select background and the ground and set here both of them to 512. And for the format, we're going to set them at true color. And I'm going to go here in our sprites and do the same thing for all other of our sprites. And also here 512 for our buttons. And we are going to use sprite mode as multiple and compress to true color and hit apply. Also going back here for our obstacles, let me just select all of them and let me just see the width and the height for both of them, or for each of our obstacles. So we can set obstacle 1, 2, 3, and 5 at 512, so 512 here, and true color, and also uncheck generate mip maps and hit apply. For our obstacle 4, because we see that the width is 693 by 290. So the closer number better would be to choose 1024, because that way we're going to have, or our sprite is going to be better. It's going to look better in our game. It's not going to be pixelated or anything. Again, uncheck generate mip maps, set the max size to 1024, true color, and hit apply. And lastly, going here for our player, so we have our zombie and we have our player. For both of them, we are going to select them, set the sprite mode and multiple because they are sprite sheets and we are going to slice them, and uncheck generate mip maps, set the max size at 1024 and set format to true color and hit apply. So this is it for this video. We simply have import our assets, already have organized the project. So we have our fonts in the fonts folder, scenes in the scenes folder, so on and so forth. Even here in our sprites, we have backgrounds, buttons, so on and so forth, categorized nicely here. And we have configured each of our sprite for our game. In the next video, we are going to slice our player and create his animations and prepare also the zombie player along with him, even though our zombie player is going to be the enemy. But anyway, this is what we are going to do. So we are going to stop here and move forward on the next video.